gonna be all out war. I'm excited for it.
Errol, stylistically, why do you see this fight turning out to be a one-sided match?
Um, stylistically, oh no, he's definitely gonna try to fight. If you know Terrence Crawford mentality, he's definitely gonna try to fight. He's definitely gonna put on a great show and do the best of his ability. If you know his mentality, I just feel like I'm just a superior fighter. I feel like I'm gonna break him physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, everything. I'm just gonna break his will.
You told him years ago that you're too light in the ass. Now, some years later, he's grown. Is he still too light in the ass?
Man, everybody too light in the ass for me. So.
Tell me what this might be.
Tell me the main question I feel like for you heading in this fight versus him is his counter punch. What's the best you could give me on how you're gonna get through that and win the fight despite his counter punch?
Man, everybody got counter punches. I mean, Danny Garcia the best counter puncher in the world. I mean, he got highlight reel knockout counter punching ability, especially with his left foot. And I cancel that out, so I'm not too much worried about it. I got a long amateur pro pedigree where, I fought a lot of guys who was great counter punchers. So that never stopped me before.
You think Danny's better counter puncher than Terrence?
I think he was.
When you fought him?
I think Terrence is just faster than him and quicker than him. But I think Danny is definitely a great counter puncher.
Tell me, you two are superheroes. Who would you be? Who would Crawford be?
Superhero? Man, I'd probably be like
Footwork.
probably like a Goku or something. Yeah, I'd probably be like a Goku. And he'd probably be like a Majin Buu or something.
You had a question?
Or Batman or something.
Tell me what this fight means for your legacy, not only for being for Undisputed, but also being against Crawford.
This fight for my legacy, I mean, this is a legacy-defining fight. I feel like just us fight each other, and if this fight didn't happen, I mean, it probably been a dent on our legacy. So I feel like us just making this fight happen, it's already great for our legacy. I feel like this fight will go down as one of the best fights in a legacy fight, and one of those top wars where you see people showing highlights of Ray Leonard, Tommy Hearns, and showing them old school highlights. I feel like those one of these fights where this fight be talked about 20, 30 years from now, just like how I was a kid in the amateur watching old school fights. I feel like the next two generations, whatever, gonna go back and watch Errol Spence versus Terrence Crawford. Like, man, this is my favorite fight. Just go back and watch those fights, and people gonna be comparing fighters 10, 15, 20 years ago, just like how I'm comparing Ray Leonard 40-some years ago. The same thing's gonna happen with us. People still gonna compare Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford to the next two generations.
Errol, we're going to move down a little bit.
With the addition of Anthony Joshua and Ryan Garcia in your gym, how has that impacted your motivation, your newfound energy, just being around champions and some of the stars of the sport? Has that elevated your game as well, too?
No, it's great. Those guys, good dudes. Honestly, Josh is a good dude, but, I'm motivated by my family, my kids, and myself, so nobody can amp my motivation. I got here by my motivation alone, so.
Ellie, hold on one second. We're going to move down a little bit. We'll get some more.
What's up, BJ? Marcus Hayes, Fight Hub TV, powered by Stagefront VIP, with certified stepper, Errol Spence Jr. What's going on, champ? How you doing?
Not much. Big stepper.
We are here. You look behind you, man. It's almost surreal to see Spence and Crawford's name Saturday, July 29. You guys stayed down, man, and made the fight happen for the fans. What does that say about both of you?
It says a lot. I believe I stayed down more because, I was the guy, he left negotiation and fought Venetian, whatever guy name is. He fought that guy. So, I went around for him. But, I feel like for us to drop our egos and our pride and get on FaceTime, talk to each other and, try to make this fight happen, that means a lot. That means he really wanted to fight and I really wanted to fight. When two fighters can drop everything and talk to each other and be like, man, how can we make this happen? And I feel like that's a good feeling. We bring it back. I feel like the top guys fighting each other.
When we start talking about the history of the welterweight division, all the names come to mind. You got the Leonard, the Hearns, the Duran, the Mayweather, the Pacquiao. I mean, there's so many amazing names. You guys are getting ready to step hand in hand together into history. What does that feel like for you?
That feels great. I feel like, this is one of these fights that people going to be talking about. Like, just like I'm talking about Ray Leonard and Hearns, that's something that happened 40-some years ago and 30-some years ago, talking about these fights. I feel like 20 years from now, 30 years from now, it's going to be somebody on the podium talking about, man, I remember when Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence fought each other, or this fight just like a Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford fight. So, I feel like for this fight is going to set up. It's going to set up people from, different 10, 20 years from now talking about how they want to have an action-packed fight or they want to have a great fight like Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford. So it's great.
Champ, a lot has been made about everything that you've been through physically, mentally. Just to set the record straight, how is Errol Spence Jr. mentally and physically and spiritually at this time right now heading into the biggest bout of your career?
Oh, I feel good, man. That's what's up. You asked me that, but I feel good. You have your ups and you have your downs. Things like roller coaster, but as far as my life right now, man, I feel good. I'm blessed. I'm blessed to be here, and you got to take things for what they are and keep striving and keep going and keep moving forward. So I'm feeling good, man. Got a happy family, got a happy life. I'm able to take care of them. I'm still blessed to be able to do the things that I love, like box. And that could be taken away from me at any point. So, I'm just taking everything with gratitude and taking everything with respect and knowing that, anything can end at a drop of a dime. So, I got to take things how it is and how they come.
Does that mindset come from the time that you were kind of convalesced, injured, just away from the sport, out on the ranch with the horses?
Definitely. That definitely give me a peace of mind, but it definitely come from, just after my car crash and things happening and eye surgery and stuff like that, just knowing that, because when you're young, you think you're indestructible, And I was at a point where I thought I was indestructible, and I feel like, basically, a higher power God, broke me down and, basically knocking on my door and telling me, warning comes before destruction. I was going the way of, destruction, doing things that I wouldn't usually do, so I feel like he brought me back and just made me, hey, man, you need to have more gratitude and more respect and respect for what you do, because this is how you take care of your family. This is how you feed your village. So, what I'm saying, respect it like that. And, it basically turned me around and got me focused, got me on point. And I heeded the warning. And, I'm back on my path. So I just got to stay focused, stay dedicated, and stay hungry.
When we start talking about knocking on the door, you knocked on Sean Porter's door, took the belt. Before that, you knocked on Kell Brook's door, took the belt. Lastly, you knocked on Ugas's door and took the belt. You're knocking on Terrence Crawford's door. What happens when Terrence opens that door up?
Man, I ain't knocking nobody's door. I kick this shit down. Kick the Ugas shit down, Danny shit down, Sean's down, and now I'm finna kick Terrence Crawford's down. So I ain't knocking on nobody's door, get on no warning. I'm just kicking it straight in.
Hey, champ, Eric Robinson here. I want to know what pace are you going to come out at? Is it going to be an all-out war? Are you coming out throwing bombs, or are you going to fill him out? Because I know both you guys are power fighters.
Yeah.
And, the fans, we want that Terrence Hagler type thing. But just let me know how you're going to get down.
I'm not a reckless fighter. I don't go in there reckless. Terrence don't go in there reckless. So I'm not going to go out my character and try to prove something or just go too crazy and get caught, because I want to be uncharacteristic and I want to put on a show for everybody. For me, it's about staying focused and staying on point and make sure I do the right things so I can come out with the victory. But, for me, I feel like our mentalities are, once we warm up to each other and somebody get caught with a good shot or somebody get hit, we both going to think, oh, we got to get that back. So, and that's going to turn into a real fight, especially when we start trading and things. So it's going to be a great fight, but I can't tell you how, if I'm going to come out going crazy, which I doubt I will, and I don't think he's going to come out going crazy either.
EJ, it's been said that you guys are two of the most stubborn guys in the division, two of the most stubborn guys in boxing, definitely you and Terrence Crawford. How do you take the will of such a stubborn fighter like Terrence Crawford on fight night?
I'm just gonna break him. That's how I take the wheel. I gotta, like you said, I'm super stubborn, and you know, the body can only take so much. You know, the mind can only take so much too. So, you know, he really got to show his not even his greatness. He got to show his legendary status come fight night because, you know, I'm in the breaking business. I'm gonna break you physically and mentally. So, we'll see if he can take it.